Hi, and welcome to today's trauma-informed yoga practice. Today's practice will be a practice towards being gentle towards any chronic pain that you are experiencing. So you can grab your mat, perhaps grab a bolster or blocks or blankets, anything to add some comfort to your practice today, and we'll get started. I invite you to join me in a comfortable form for the start of the practice. I'm going to be lying down. So if you'd like to join me lying down, feel free to do that. If sitting feels more comfortable for you or standing, you can also do that. I'm using a bolster underneath my legs for today, so if you have blankets or pillows, feel free to use those. If you're new here, I'm Adriana, a trauma-informed yoga instructor and physiotherapist. Today's class is all about getting curious towards the pain that we are experiencing. So to start the class, I invite you to be in this comfortable form, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe take some time to notice any sensations in the body. Noticing if there's any areas that are in pain today, any areas that don't feel good, that are calling out to you a little bit more. Maybe there's some areas that feel really good. Maybe there's areas that feel quite neutral. As you're taking the time to tune into these areas, I invite you to see if you can get curious towards them. Oftentimes when living with pain, when we have these painful sensations in the body, we get angry, we get frustrated, wish the pain would go away. Just for today, maybe you can try something different. You can try not to judge those painful sensations. Instead, just observe them in the body. And always know that any time throughout this practice, you can stop, you can take a break, you can change whatever form, whatever movement you're doing. You are in control. If you care to join me, I will be moving into cat-cow. So I'll be going onto my hands and knees. So you can meet me in that form at your own pace. If you would like to place any pillows or blankets under the knees or wrists because that feels better for you, feel free to do that. And if you're with me, you can inhale as you lower the stomach to the ground, tilting the tailbone up, bringing your gaze forward or upwards. As you exhale, you can round the spine, bringing the chin to the chest, rounding the tailbone. And once again, as you move through these cat-cows, notice the sensations with curiosity. Notice if any sensations change throughout the body and what that feels like. Maybe you can give the sensations a color, recognizing that things can change as you move. Inhale, lowering the stomach to the ground, tailbone goes up. Exhale, rounding. We'll do one more of these. Recognizing that even when you have some discomfort, you can still move your body. And what does that feel like to do that? Exhale, rounding, bringing the chin to the chest. Coming back to a neutral back, a neutral spine. Moving into child's form here, so you can bring the knees out to the sides of the mat, or you can keep them together if you prefer. Gently bringing the hips back towards the feet as far as feels comfortable for you. The arms can stay up above the head, or if you'd prefer, you can bring the arms down by your side and rest on your head. If you have bolsters or blocks, you can also place these down and rest your body on the block or bolster. So you can choose the version that feels good for you. Once again, sitting here with curiosity, recognizing the sensations in the body, always knowing that if the pain is trying to get your attention, it's screaming really loudly, you can move the form, you can change what you're doing. Pain is always a protector and a messenger. It's always trying to teach us something. Taking a few more breaths here. Once again, maybe deciding on the color for the sensations in your body, or maybe a different shape. Whatever comes to mind, there's no right or wrong here. One more inhale. And on the exhale, coming back up to the neutral spine on all fours or on hands and knees. And we'll make our way to standing and back down through a little flow. So if you'd like to join me, you can make your way up to standing however you would like to do that. Before we move in standing, once again, maybe you can get curious in this form. If there's any changes and sensations in the body here, why do you think that is? If you'd like, you can clasp your hands behind your back, gently opening the shoulders. Bit of a stretch through the front body here. The chin can stay neutral or you can gaze up. On the exhale, unclasping the hands. We're going to slowly round our spine. So you can make this look however you would like. You can go as far as you would like. You can take blocks or pillows or books and place your hands on those if that feels better for you than going all the way down. Spending a couple breaths here and once again being curious about the sensations arising. Noticing if it feels okay to sit with whatever sensations are here for another breath or two. Knowing that your body can move through sensations. One more inhale. On the exhale, bringing the arms forward to the top of the mat. You can come down onto the knees once again. Bring the knees slightly back behind the hips and gently lower yourself to the ground. From here, a couple different variations of Cobra. You can keep your elbows bent, your hands up by your head, and just gently lift the chest and the face. If you'd like, you can bring the hands a little bit closer to your side, closer to the chest, and lift up a little higher through the top body. Or you can straighten the arms all the way. And you can lift the legs off the ground if you'd like. Many different variations of this form, and if none of those are calling to you today, you can just lie on the mat. Taking 2 more breaths here, being curious. You find your thoughts becoming judgmental, angry, blaming. Recognize those as thoughts and try and let them go. On the next exhale, you can lower the body to the ground. And then you can join me in any sitting form that feels good for you today. I'll be sitting on the bolster, but you can sit cross-legged. You can sit with your legs straight. You can sit on your knees. Whatever works for you. You can close your eyes or gently gaze to the ground in front of you. Taking a few breaths here to once again get curious. Probably notice a theme here. After doing a few different movements, how does the body feel? Are there the same areas of pain or tension? Are there different areas? Be seeing if you can just pay attention to them. Notice what happens, notice how they change without judgment. Placing the left hand on the ground beside you or on your bolster. Just leaning over to the left side for a breath here. Coming back up and doing the same on the other side. Right hand down on the ground, leaning over to the right side. If it feels good for you, you can do that one more time. Left hand down, lean over to the left. And one more time, right hand down, lean over to the right. Whenever you are ready, you can make your way onto your back for the final forms of today's class. Once you are on your back, if you're still with me, bringing your knees to your chest for one more gentle movement. Bringing the knees up as high as feels comfortable. You can cross the feet if you'd like. Giving yourself a bit of a hug. Seeing if you can find some compassion towards those painful areas. Whenever you're ready, making your way to the final resting form, however that looks to you. If you just want to lie flat, if you want to wrap yourself up in blankets, grab a pillow, you can decide. Doing one final check-in with the body today. recognizing that you may have had discomfort that whole class, but you chose to move through it in the ways that felt okay to you. Reminding the body and the nervous system that sometimes it can be okay to move through some discomfort as long as you feel safe. Perhaps the next time you have a pain flare up or you're feeling a lot of emotions towards the pain, and take a moment to pause and be curious as to why you're feeling those things. See if there's anything different that you could feel or look at the situation differently. Or just acknowledge the feelings without judgment. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. See you next time.